Hey, Capricorn, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your April 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Capricorn, welcome. We are pulling from pre-shuffled decks. Now, a lot of you like to see the cards being pulled on screen. This is typically the only time, these monthly readings, where I already have them pulled out for you, but we'll just take a couple extra moments. So I do see here, some of you could be learning, Capricorn, maybe even going back to school. You could be waiting on some sort of a message because you have messages coming in as well. And I also see a very large increase in your spiritual gifts. Okay, there could be some sort of a celebration coming in for you as well. All right. I also see some of you are focusing on your health. Okay, you're focusing on mental health, physical health. I mean, of course, it could be financial health as well, but I do see with the body talk card, you want to feel better. You may be getting more exercise. Maybe you're getting outdoors if you're in the northern hemisphere and things are starting to warm up a little bit. I see that you are eating better or taking a look at how your body is responding or reacting to you as well. So right off the gate here, gifts is one of your key themes for the month of April. So Capricorn, this is about spiritual gifts. Some of you could have an increase in empathy. This could be your healing abilities, Capricorn. You may feel or pick up on the energies of others. You could be the healer with the body talk card next to it. Maybe some of you are learning about Reiki, or you're learning about holistic health. You could be learning about the chakra systems. You could be into yoga or, some sort of mental health, I feel. Coaching, mentoring, guiding. So a lot of you are really diving into the gifts that you have or increasing your abilities through meditation or any other form of spiritual practices or healthy practices. There's a gift coming in from the universe. That could be what this message is. There's some sort of important communication coming in because you're being rewarded for your strength in a way. And I'll talk about that here in a moment. Something you've had to overcome. You have the Devil and the Ten of Swords, both in reverse. So this is about releasing, letting go, right? Something that may have felt like repression with that devil energy, and it brought you a lot of grief. But you have the Three of Cups, so there is a celebration coming in because you've kind of been put through the ringer, is what I'm hearing, Capricorn. And I know it's been difficult for you. Some of you, you have been healing physically. You may have even had some sort of surgery or illness that you had to heal from. Okay, some of you, it was a loss or an ending. And this is the month where you really feel like you're starting to get back on track. You start to feel better. You feel more healthy in your mind, your emotions, your body. So you have the body talk coming in. This is about self-love, loving yourself a little bit tighter this month, Capricorn. Exercise, mental health, body image. You could be changing your appearance, changing the way you look. Some of you, maybe you're cutting your hair or coloring it. For those of you men out there, maybe you're growing some facial hair or cutting it all off, right? So I feel like your environment in some way is shifting, but you also are changing internally, and you want it to reflect in your body or your environment as well. I do get that. So you could be changing some things around in your environment, even if it's changing some furniture around in your living room, right? Some of you could be moving to a new location. Maybe you're traveling. I just get this energy here of environment. Oh, you could be meeting new people by stepping outside your comfort zone. Other people who share this common interest of health, okay, or of healing. They're also showing me a hospital bed. Now, that's not, it's not a premonition, but some of you, there could have been you or a family member or loved one was in a hospital bed, or maybe that is something you've had to recover from, is some sort of grief or loss, even if this happened, 5 months ago or 5 years ago. We also have education showing up. You could be taking some online courses or classes. This could be learning some major soul lessons around letting go, around hanging on, around, moving forward, around travel even. You could be writing a book, writing a memoir. This is about training and studying. Okay, you could be going back to school. I also get the energy here of some of you being teachers, spiritual teachers, educational teachers. You may be the student at this time. So I love this card because it means that there's knowledge coming your way and you're turning that knowledge into wisdom, literally a turning point. Because look at this, you have the Chariot, which is a turning point. And if you feel like you've been in the thick of things, right? Because you can see that the woods, they look a little bit dark. You're coming out of a difficult period of your life. You're feeling healthier. And I keep getting that word health. So again, take it as it resonates. It could be physical health, mental, emotional, even spiritual health with your gifts here. Bottom of the deck, you have messages, you have strength, and you have action. This is beautiful. And I usually only take the bottom three, but I can't help but notice where this is all leading, and you have new life. And maybe that's that change in scenery that I'm picking up on. Some of you, maybe the change in scenery is career because you have some sort of certification or new growth, new abundance with the education. This could be a promotion, and it's actually going to allow you to level up and change your life in some way, shape, or form. For others of you, you could be getting educated on a health issue or health concern, and it's going to change your life. For others of you, the gifts showing up here could be your spiritual gifts, and you're feeling more confident, more vulnerable as you learn more about you, more about your intuition, and you trust more. That could change your life. So subconsciously, or what you're working on bringing to the surface, you could receive a message in the month of April. If you're waiting to hear back from a potential job, right? There could be an email that comes through or a phone call. If this is pertaining to love, or, it could even be getting in to see a clinician or a doctor. I mean, there's some sort of communication that is important here for you. An announcement could be made. Okay, you could be launching a product, launching a new idea, or you're going to represent or show yourself in a different way. And it's almost like a rebranding. Yeah, Capricorn, it's like you're rebranding your image or rebranding yourself, your resume, your whatever this is. There's a rebranding taking place, and it's taken a lot with the Strength card. Right? You've gone through a lot, but you wouldn't be where you are if you hadn't gone through those things. And it's almost like there's a new you emerging. This is about you being stronger than you think. Perseverance was challenging and difficult for you, right? To keep on going, keep on trucking, right? You know what the end goal is. You know what this new life feels and looks like, but it almost feels like it's taken a long time to get here. There's the action backing it up. So we do see that there is some change and some action with the Chariot energy coming in. So this can be ambition, forward movement, motivation, and energy. So taking charge of a situation, you have the strength to persevere. There's going to be some sort of, again, announcement or incoming news or important communication that is the catalyst in all of this and moving forward. All right, diving into the tarot, Capricorn. Okay, they're giving me an S name. Okay, is it specific? I'm not getting the name in itself, but they're showing me a big S. Okay, a big S. I mean, maybe that's the name of a business. Maybe it's the name of your street. Maybe some of you have double S in your name like I do, Melissa, right? Some of you, S is going to be significant in some way, shape, or form. All right, starting off, you do have the Three of Cups. This is harmony. Three of Cups is celebration. It is celebrating with your family, with your community. This could even be the news of a new job. It could be a school reunion. For others of you, you may hear that someone is celebrating some sort of good fortune, but I feel like it affects you because you're happy for them. This could be a family member, right? Or there is, I'm hearing recovery. So if there was a loved one who was sick, maybe they were in the hospital, you may hear good news that someone is recovering. And I feel like it may have to do with family or soul tribe, because you can see the dolphins there. There's some sort of pod. They're in a pod. Playfulness showing up, double rainbows. I'm also getting a miracle type of energy showing up here. I also see, for those of you looking for a raise or a form of abundance, this is really happy, happy emotions coming out here for you. There could even be gifts exchanged here as well. They're showing me, I don't know if this is a certificate, or it could be a gift certificate or something in the form of an envelope being handed. So maybe you're the one giving it or the one receiving it. And then we have here the Ten of Swords and the Devil. This is powerful, especially when they're both in the reverse position, because you're releasing some sort of grief that was causing a lot of repression. You were hanging on to this in an unhealthy or toxic way, is what I'm picking up on. Okay. And yes, we need to grieve. We need to process our emotions. We need to go through the different phases. It's not healthy to repress our emotions, right? Because then it leads to a lot more grief than necessary. It can lead to dis-ease in the body, or dis-ease, also known as disease, around us. So this is what you're releasing and letting go here. I also see with this Devil, Capricorn, this is you, there's a reclaiming of your power. Maybe there was a situation where codependency was a factor, materialism, manipulation, obsessions, addictions, fears. Yeah. It's almost like it went too far with the 10, right? 10 of Swords. And you said, enough is enough. I got to put an end to this. Something may have crumbled down, right? There could have been a tower moment, or again, I keep hearing something caused dis-ease in one's either body or one's life, but that is coming to an end. All right. Why? How? With the Chariot, turning point here. This is big energy as well. So we're seeing a couple of major arcanas. Once you release yourself from this Devil energy, there's a major turning point happening here for you. And when the Chariot shows up, this is drive, it's ambition, it's direction. It literally is this action and movement forward, heading towards something brighter, something more abundant. Okay, as I said here, she's coming out of the woods and she's heading towards the poppy plants, and it's almost like there's a mountain off in the background, but it looks like things are clear for a while for her. And yes, you'll continue to have challenges and lessons and ups and downs in life. That's why we're here. But if you've been really feeling the heaviness of things, I just feel like you're moving towards more peace and more calm. It's like you can rest, you can take a break. Some of you are going to be able to do that in the month of April. Maybe you're taking some time off, you're traveling, you could have additional support, additional help. You have the Eight of Wands. So this can be the card of travel, right? This can be the card of environment as well. So changing up your environment through feeling more self-confident within yourself, stepping out of your comfort zone. This is the card of speed, action, velocity, movement, messages. So it kind of coincides with the action and with the messages and the strength all in one, right? So whatever is coming to the surface here, whatever you're putting that end to, it's leading to a lot of movement here in a very passionate, vibrant way. And it's helping you. You have the Four of Cups in reverse. It's helping you move towards a new opportunity, because whatever this Devil and this 10 of Swords was in reverse, it left you frozen. It left you feeling repressed, as it says here. Four of Cups is frustration. It's feeling impatient. It's pessimistic. It can even be self-absorbed. The Devil energy can be very self-absorbed. We can't quite see our way up, right? So some of you have hit a rock bottom here in the past, or it's felt that way, but because you have, this self-confidence rebuilding within you, hence the body talk card as well. That's all about self-love and confidence and, mentally, physically, emotionally getting back to a place where you feel more stable. The Four of Cups is saying there's emotional stability coming in here. There's more confidence coming in. So I like this. Even though you've been through a lot, I feel like April is a big turnaround month, literally with the turning point. This is a turnaround month for a lot of you. All right, let's look at career, finances, and wealth. This could be a turnaround month when it comes to your money. You have the Rose card, you have the Treasure, and you have the Buddha. Yeah, like I said, a lot of you are spiritual light workers or counselors. This can be someone who is really into manifestation and using the tools, the law of attraction, right, to work on abundance, to work on oneself. You're not here to just live mediocre, Capricorn. You are here, and I think I've told you this many times. Some of you are past life royalty, right? You have abundance and success in your DNA. This is part of your path moving forward. So those of you that have struggled with finances or with money, or there's been major loss, you've had to start over, there's been bankruptcy, foreclosure, or if you went through a very challenging or difficult period with that devil energy, I do feel like you're going to rise above, right? The comeback is stronger than the setback. And there is financial relief coming in here with the Rose. This can be being content, loving care, supportive role, job security. Some of you are healers, nurses, chiropractors, massage therapists, or you are just a healer naturally, right? You have this ability. You could be a mother or a father or a parent, but yet you work as an accountant or a data engineer or a CEO of a business. I mean, whatever it is here, but you have this quality of, love and compassion within you. And I feel like there's good karma coming your way. You have the Treasure card. This is worry-free finances. It's having a little bit of money in reserve so you can focus fully on your spiritual path, your purpose, your mission. This is about not having to worry where the next paycheck's going to come from, or, if you have enough money to buy a home or a vehicle or to put gas in your tank, whatever it is here. This could be executive. Some of you could be executives. This could be a career in sales or finances. Some of you, this is about your hidden talents, your gifts, your skills, your abilities, which we talk about here. They could lead you to a lot of money, right? A lot of wealth, but it's more than just financial wealth. The Buddha is spiritual wealth. So yes, you're going to have the lucrative money backing you up here, but it's so much more than that. It's your life purpose. This could be also that some of you are planning for your retirement. You're planning for your future. There's long-term investments coming in here. I also see something growing. So if you are maybe a business owner, or if you are going back to school here, that could grow your finances. I see that with the Rose. That could bring in a deeper sense of job security. That could help support your role and your mission. Okay, so these are beautiful cards, beautiful energies. Capricorn, let's take a look at love. Okay, there's the Devil for some of you. Codependency here. It is in reverse. So again, I feel like even though we don't read reversals, I do get repression, and that makes sense with the Devil here. So addictions could have been affecting your love life. Codependency. I mean, we see that with the Devil. So something repressed within another or within yourself needs to come to an end, or maybe it had come to an end because it was affecting your love life, your marriage, your relationship. And I feel like that needs to be addressed. And I feel like it will, because we have a turning point. So if this is about love for you, addictions stem from a lack of self-love, right? Of course, there's soul lessons around addiction as well, but I feel like the body talk is saying, how can we love ourselves and fully embrace our feelings, our emotions, our traumas, instead of repressing them, instead of drinking them away, numbing them away, popping pills, shopping, not talking about them, creating dis-ease in a situation, in the body, in a relationship, because we're fearful that what comes up is going to be painful, because what comes up, there's going to be a lot of grief, a lot of tears. You see, it's almost like tears shedding on that poppy. And how interesting is this? I have to point this out because we mentioned this earlier. Look at that. Those flowers on the 10 of swords, it's like they're being watered now in order for you to have this beginning. And it's the same flower showing up on the chariot. This is interesting. Red is all about the root chakra. So it's all about your stability. It's about, possibly family ties as well. This could be your upbringing. This could be childhood. It could be your placement, how you feel like you are able to stand on your own 2 feet. Some of you, there's an energy around childhood wounds. I mean, this codependency could have started in childhood for someone that you're dealing with or yourself. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And if you're looking for love, I feel like there could be a message coming in, possibly from someone that you already know, that could be a part of a friend group, or they've seen you on social media, or you meet them at a function, an event where family and friends gather, maybe a wedding or a reunion. I just feel like keep an open mind, because maybe this person is completely different than how you perceive them to be, or vice versa. Okay, for those of you that are single, looking for love, I definitely feel like you're thawing out some emotions, right? With the 4 of Cups, there's a new opportunity for you to take a leap of faith, for you to feel confident in love and move in a new direction. And then you have expression. Express your love. Express. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. This is regardless of relationship status. It's important for you to keep that flow open. You have many gifts. People see that within you, Capricorn. And it's important for you to not shut down, right? And I don't see you doing that. Maybe you have in the past, but I see with both of these cards in reverse, you're opening up to a new opportunity. But it may require you closing the door on something of the past, or a belief, or a pattern, or a habit, whatever this is. Could be a person. Shutting that door. Some of you, it could have been third party, and you're like, I'm not going to be the third wheel, the third party. I'm not going to be in this triangle any longer. I'm moving on. I have bigger and better waiting for me. That's for some of you. And you're expressing your love where love is going to be received and reciprocated. All right, what else do we have here for Capricorn? There's the training. So yes, some of you are definitely heading towards an opportunity to take a class. This could even be an event that you attend. Maybe it's a paid work vacation where they send you off to do some training. Others of you, you could be launching a website, launching a new book, or a new workshop, or a class. You could be the one that's up speaking in front of the podium here in front of a bunch of people, or you could be the one that is in the seats, right? You're the one learning. So take it as it resonates. And I love this card because every single time they show me the big W-I-N, and typically you wouldn't notice it because it's a little bit smaller, but Spirit always highlights that in yellow for me. And so this is a big win card. Whatever you are learning or teaching at this time, there will be a big win. It's going to lead to taking action, to a new life, to some sort of, they just showed me the golden stamp. So it could be a certification. You know, there's sometimes a gold foil on a certification or that approval. It's going to lead to a bigger payday for some of you. So it could be, some of you may even be getting a loan, or talking to a bank, or talking to someone about how you can get a better deal. This is interesting. Some of you may have children that are driving or learning how to drive, and you may be adding them onto your insurance. And I just seen here an insurance discount for grades. Okay, I mean, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but if you do have some drivers, there's something here about education and good grades, getting a discount, it putting a little more money in your pocket, but at the same time probably going out because you have a student driver. But I do see here an increase in money. So some sort of training that you're taking or teaching is going to put a little bit of extra money in your pocket, but I also feel like this could lead to entrepreneurship if you're not there already, because you have this entrepreneurship, or it could lead to you doing something on your own or taking it to the next level. I also feel for those of you that were in a situation where maybe you were working with others, you could be branching off and going in your own direction here, taking a leap of faith, trusting yourself, trusting your gifts, learning more about a situation. And look at this, you can't make this up. You have the right direction card, and we literally have a turning point. So this chariot is showing up in the upright position, guiding you, Capricorn, saying you are heading in the right direction. So I feel like there's going to be some big changes here for you in the month of April, changes that are leading to a new life, leading to a lot of excitement. I'm also getting here banking or financial institutions. So maybe that is part of what you're going through or learning. Take that as it resonates. All right. Ooh, look at that. Who am I ready to forgive? That may be part of the letting go of some sort of grief. Some of you may think someone's the devil, right? They may have done you dirty, and maybe forgiveness is necessary here in order to move forward. And remember, Capricorn, forgiveness is for ourselves. It's not for the other person. It's not, a slap in the hand saying, oh, it's okay, and giving them the opportunity to do it again. That's not what forgiveness is about, right? It's about you not having to suffer in that grief any longer. This could also be an apology coming towards you. Maybe that's part of this message or incoming news or communication. Someone could be apologizing for how they treated you or some sort of repression. This could be someone of 30 years ago. This could even be you forgiving someone who's crossed over. It says here, I am not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become. Is it time to let go, forgive, and move onward? Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes and now notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? Yeah, and even though this says repression, it does bring in resistance. And I feel like this goes hand in hand with this devil and this 10 of swords. Today is soul action. And it's interesting that this action has been coming up because I've been saying this a lot more in the readings. And I think it's a collective energy as well. We all could benefit from the Hawaiian prayer, the Ho'oponopono prayer. That prayer is, I love you, I am sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And I get questions. Sometimes people say, well, Melissa, why would I say, please forgive me? They're the one that did me wrong, right? Because everything is a mirror, right? The energy that you're putting out there, I love you, I'm sorry, it's ricocheting, right? It's reverberating out into the universe, and it comes back because when you heal, we all heal. When we give forgiveness, even for ourselves, we give forgiveness for others. And it says here, practice this Ho'oponopono prayer. I think I had too many panos in there. Practice it while thinking of the person you're ready to forgive. And then even write that down. You could actually send that to someone if you wanted. That maybe someone says one of those things to you, right? They tell you they love you, or that they're sorry, or to forgive them, or they're thankful for you. I just see that that's going to be a big energy coming in, if it hasn't already. Okay, next up here from the Soul's Truth. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? And this is a big one. Depending on when you're watching this, we've recently had that full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, which is all about relationships. And this is a really good time to address boundaries. So to create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings. Hello, body talk. That's all about you getting in touch again with your needs, your desires, Capricorn, your feelings, and believe you are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. Because when we separate our energy from others, we can gain clarity about what we really want. Hello, codependency. We get all wrapped up in someone else's energy, and we start to lose sight of what we want, right? Is it what we want, or is it what they want? Am I doing this because it makes me happy, or is it something that makes them happy? It says, then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you are an empath, and didn't we say that in the beginning for you? An increase in empathy, right? That's part of your spiritual gifts. Even though sometimes people look at that as a curse, it really is a gift. Because sometimes people don't want to feel that empathy, and they shut down, they numb it, right? They drink it again away. They take pills. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to feel it. It's so much. And I see that happen a lot. And it says, if you are an empath, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust, Capricorn, that you are not here to fix anyone. That's important. And I know I have a lot of healers out there, whether you do it professionally or in your life, and you may struggle at times with taking on other people's stuff because you may want everybody to be at the level up here. Like, hey guys, come with me, we can heal, right? We can be on this spiritual journey. We can be better. We can rise above. But Capricorn, we have to remember that sometimes their journey isn't to evolve to the level that we are evolved at. Today's mantra: I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what is best for me. That's not selfish. Maybe you've been taught that selfish. I think that's codependent, right? Doing what you do for you is self-love. That's you loving yourself a little bit tighter in the month of April. All right, lastly here, does your life have more room? I completely just said that all backwards here. Does anybody else have a little bit of that, I forget what that's called when you read things backwards. Does my life have room for more pleasure and play? And we see the dolphins playing, right? We see them playing together, having fun. That to me is what dolphins represent. They're always smiling, right? They're always smiling at you. If you've ever swam with them or if you've ever touched them, the energy is just beautiful. And it says, in what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work. Is it possible, Capricorn, to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild, and playful side of you? Today's soul action: what would happen if you added more play and laughter in your life? What area is lacking this right now? Take time to play. Let go of any need to produce anything. That is so important. And me being a Libra, pleasure and play is a huge part of my life. Of course, there's time for production, there's time for work, there's time to be action oriented and put it out there. But we come to earth to play as well. And we get caught up in, we have to have this accolade or this achievement or this success, or we have to have, A, B, or C before we're happy. What if we're happy now? And I feel like that's what Spirit is guiding you to embrace, is that self-happiness, that true self-love here. Focus on your gifts. Focus on, the things that you want to learn, of course, but try not to get overstimulated with learning. That's a message here for some of you learners out there. I'm guilty of this myself. I'm constantly listening to, a podcast or reading a book or learning more about tarot, taking a workshop. I feel like sometimes I overstimulate myself to the point where I need to take a step back and say, okay, Mel, you just need to not do any of that for a little while. Just go get out in nature. You don't have to be listening to anything but nature or, the birds, or your own, thoughts, to get back in touch with oneself. So some of you, that could be a reminder for you. Now, last but not least, Capricorn, from the Wild Unknown archetype, one of my favorite decks here. It is newer to me anyway, so I haven't quite dove into each and every one of these, but you have the One showing up here, the One, O-N-E. It's just taken me a moment to find it in the book. So I'm not quite sure what this is, but ones are all about new beginnings. It's that new life showing up here. So I absolutely feel that you are heading towards a lot of new beginnings. I also feel with this one card, this is about, it reminds me of one love, right? One love. And yeah, that's what it even says here. One love, isn't it Bob Marley, right? So there is this energy here of, I mean, maybe some of you are throwing on some Bob Marley and you're just getting into that vibe of love, but this is about non-duality. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited, right? It is limited because we live in a dualistic world. So to experience one love, it feels like it's rare sometimes. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The one is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. Yet when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across all the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away and we are left with what is, the precious knowing that life is a gift. Oh, I have goosebumps. Your first card out is the gift. And we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. So when this shows up in the light aspect, which is definitely where you're heading if you're not already there, this is all about acceptance. This is resonating, right, with what resonates in your world. This is signs and synchronicities, right? It loves, it serves. When it shows up in the reverse, which some of you may have been in the reverse in the past, it ignores, it omits, and it excludes. Basically, togetherness and separation. It says here, it is said that Om is the primordial sound of the universe and that all other mantras are born from it. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? Simply imagining this possibility will activate the one. So some of you could really benefit from doing some oming, right? I won't do it here for you, but you could start to om and really activate that energy. The Unus Mundus is a circle representing the unity of existence. Is it possible that the beginning and the end of all things is love? I believe it to be so, right? So beautiful energy around one love. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. I really enjoyed this reading. I know a lot of you have been through a lot, but there's some beautiful things coming in for you. You're going to have an experience of this one love. And even though it feels like it's fleeting at times, it is coming in for you. And you're going to bring more pleasure, more play, healthy boundaries, forgiveness, freedom. I'm hearing sweet freedom will release you from this old paradigm into a new one. Thank you very much for tuning in, Capricorn. If you like the reading, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. It certainly helps the growth of the channel, which I appreciate. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. Lots of love.